Hey YouTube, it's Ryan with Inglewood Instruments coming back at you. This video, just so you get in, we're getting into things. This video is a follow-up from the second primary video in a series. So I have an improv series I've been making. The first one was for hammer-ons and pull-offs. It was theoretical. The second one was for slide, theoretical again in the sense that there were not exercises involved. So I went back and made an exercise video for hammer-ons and pull-offs. And this is the exercise video for sliding. And it is going to build on that previous knowledge that I had in the second video there. And then once you learn these exercises, you'll be able to glue them together with some of the hammer-on and pull-off stuff, and suddenly you're going to open up an entire new set of tactics and toolkits for you to do some improv with. You can add these ideas to your songs that you're learning as well, to like chords and stuff, how to break up melodies, all kinds of ways you can just, and then you can even just let it fly, right? Like I know some of you out there are very into just flowing with it, just letting it happen. And while I'm all in favor of that, my belief is that you do need to get some of these fundamentals down, some of the exercises piece, some of the boring things of like practicing the exercises so that once you go try and access them for an improv of any kind, they're there, they're clean, they don't sound fumbled, you can keep your idea going instead of getting tripped up on what your fingers are or are not doing for you. Okay, that's just an overview of where we're going. A couple of housekeeping things that I like to point out. One, Inglewood Instruments is coming out with our own line of instruments. This is the Model 1. I don't have a better name for it right now. This is a cherry top and a purple heart fretboard with a maple body. This one is a 4-string, and it doesn't even have oil on it yet. It's so prototypey. But we have some in walnut and in mahogany and other kind of exotic. I think I have zebra wood in the stock as well. So we've got some of those going into production now. They'll be available at the end of this year. So if you are excited about having a new instrument in your arsenal and you would like to be a part of that, then jump over to the website. There's a sign up there for a wait list. I would love to have people on that because that would be so encouraging to me. This is something I've been working on for really 30 years, but definitely the last 3 years. Started trying to build my own instrument about 30 years ago. Didn't go so well then. Anyway, that was housekeeping one, was lengthy. I should point out, in YouTube land and in our videos, down below there are timestamps that would help you jump back and forth between the exercises and my mumbling ramblings here. The third thing, over on the website there are the ability to email as well as sign up forms for like being on the email list, which would be awesome, and then to do a survey to tell me what you would like to know more of, what you'd like to see on this channel. By the way, if you're finding this after I stop rambling, finding it helpful, by all means jump in and subscribe, like, bell, all that stuff. It's really encouraging to have people join the channel. Now, I'll stop rambling for now and I'll get into the exercise. So again, the last video that this is built on was about slides, sliding with your finger. And I'm going to try and give you a few breakdown options for how to practice these. The first is going up the neck on a single string, which is really all you're going to be able to do on any of them. So you'll take the first exercise and just transfer it over. I'll show you what I mean in a second. And then the second is going to be how to slide back down. So sliding up and then sliding back down, exercises for getting comfortable with that. And then how to do interval jumps. That will be something that I think the ones of you who want to just go with the improv will find super interesting, because that's where you're going to start to hear some of the melodic ideas that you could be doing. And I'll also compare a little bit how the hammer-on pull-off versus the slide will give you a different flavor of how you could approach two of the same exact things. So anyway, all that to say, we're jumping into a basic exercise. I want you to start here, index finger. I'm going to try and make it so you can see it there. I want to go from 1 to 2 up, just sliding. Remember, when you're sliding, you want to go as hard as you can, because you want the string, the string that you've just struck, you want the fret to keep it going for the next one. Okay, so the exercise is going to be, I'm going to count in 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 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 and then all the way back down. And this can be a little bit tricky because you're going to be falling back kind of thing. Oh, yep. So let me count it for you. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2. And then you could do a pull off 3 and 4. Gives that nice sense of completion there. Okay, that was exercise 1. I would encourage you to go do exercise 1 again, but use your middle or your ring finger. That way you're getting all of your fingers comfortable with it. And then I would also encourage you to try it out on the middle and the low string. Right? And as I've said many times on these exercise videos, start slow. If you cannot play in time, this will not sound good, okay? So start slow and then work your way up. And one thing I suggested in the last video is find a song that you think this would sound good with, just whatever song you're enjoying, and make that speed of that song kind of your goal. So work slowly up to it. That way, when you're playing it, you're not getting frustrated because you can't keep up with the song. And that way you've built your muscle memory, which is part of what you're doing here. Okay, now that was exercise 1 and 2, technically, because I want you to go all the way up and I want you to go all the way down. Now, and try it with all your other fingers. Now I want to do the interval thing that I was talking about, where you're going to skip over frets, right? You're going to do this. And that is going to give a lot more of a melodic sense to it. And the way I would like for you to try this is just an idea, is to go from like any of these frets up at least 2 frets, and then try going up back to the one you were on, and then go up even farther, and then all the way down and all the way up to the octave, which is where the notes start over. On a Seagull Merlin, it is the last fret, but on the strumsticks and our instruments, it is kind of in the middle of things because we still have some upper frets there. So try this. Let's start here and go up and then go back. So you go up 1 more fret than you were, and then go up to that last one. So all right, you could put other notes in between. That's an option for you if you want to go all the way up all the notes. But kind of my point there was to get that full. That just sounds so much more pleasing. I don't know. It just makes me excited. The other thing you can do is, if you have the frets, go up even higher, right, and then go past it. Now I'm restriking it, but that slide in between makes it sound really nice. And maybe if you start here, it'll be a little easier to get all the way across. So that's on the 4th fret. So that idea is something I want you to run with. That will really open up some doors for you. Then the last thing I did want to point out was, if you're going to try and do, once you've done your exercises all the way up and down, the sliding up, sliding back down, I want you to try and do both in the same strike. You'll have to go fast like I'm doing, but try and do it in time. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that way you're going to get them going back and forth, and that gives you a new flavor, and this is what I wanted to compare it to. So we had the hammer-on pull-off. Now you've got the option of a slide. Exact same notes, extremely similar sounding because you're pulling off the same motion, but a slightly different flavor to it, right? And that's really up to you, whether you want to try one or the other, right? You could do the same thing this way. I would just encourage you to learn both, practice both, slow them down, speed them up, and then you can choose, as you're improving, which one feels more melodic, which one feels like it fits the song better. You could try both in the same song. There's no right way to do these things. It's open-ended. These exercises are purely here to help you get better at things. And Before I part ways with you today, I would ask one thing. Go over to the website and download the free chord guide cheat sheet we have, or the complete chord guide, which really helps support the channel a lot because it is a paid version. And then I would encourage you again, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and then email if you've got questions. Let me know if this was a great video for you. I know it was a lot more technical and a lot longer than some of my videos, but I think it's really important for you to be able to expand, to spread your wings and stuff like that. So let me know. Thanks.